What is up, guys? CJ here, bringing you some more sorcery content, and today I'm bringing you the first infinite combo for Sorcery Contested Realm. I am pretty excited about this one. Before I get started, I want to let you know it's not like it's a broken combo. It's not super easy to pull off. In fact, it's very difficult to pull off, but it is exciting that Sorcery has an infinite combo. But to be fair, I'm going to be posting another video in a few days where Blake from Experience Share and I made decks based on Miracle Workers. And we got into pretty ridiculous shenanigans without going infinite, and I think that this would slot into that deck really well. And I think that it is definitely a possibility that you could pull off an infinite combo in a game of Sorcery these days, and it's super exciting. To start off, I'm going to show you what I thought was infinite. I actually made an entire video on this, and then we found out it doesn't work the way we thought it was. Just to let you know the journey we went in order to break this game. So basically, no matter what, the infinite combo goes around Vivian the Enchantress. Vivian the Enchantress is 5 mana, 3 pips for a 1/1 that says Vivian has the printed abilities of all avatars and spellcasters in the realm wherever she is. So originally, John, aka Camera Obscura, put me onto this combo, and it doesn't quite work the way we thought it did, but his idea was Vivian the Enchantress, Colicky Dragonettes, Standing Stones, and a self-same Simulacrum. And the idea was that Colicky Dragonettes has the static ability that lets you shoot a projectile at the end of the turn. If it's standing on Standing Stones, then it is a spellcaster. If you then cast Vivian the Enchantress to that location, she is a spellcaster, and she also gains Colicky Dragonette's ability, which does work. So now, at the end of turn, Colicky Dragonette shoots 1 projectile, Vivian shoots 1 projectile. But if you copy Vivian with with self-same Simulacrum, the idea was that it would also gain the Colicky Dragonette's ability from seeing it as a spellcaster, but then Vivian and self-same would then copy each other's abilities infinitely to go infinite. It doesn't work that way. The reason being, she says printed abilities of all avatars and spellcasters. So while they do gain the ability of Colicky Dragonettes, it is not a printed ability. So they don't see it on each other, and at the end of turn you only get 3 projectiles. But that's kind of where we started, and then we started trying to break this thing, and like I said, I made a whole video, got upset, I was like, damn, that's not how it works. But we didn't stop there, and we did find infinite. And so the way that you find infinite is basically Keening Banshee. Keening Banshee says that you can cast her for 0 if an allied mortal died this turn. So the combo that does work is Standing Stones, Keening Banshee, some dead mortal, Fey Changeling, and Vivian. And I know that's a little bit difficult, but essentially, if a mortal died this turn, then you have Fey Changeling and Keening Banshee on Standing Stones, making them spellcasters. So that way, when Vivian enters the realm, she enters the realm and she triggers Fey Changeling. It says you may return a minion to its owner's hand. You trigger her to return herself to her own hand, and she bounces back. And then you can recast her for Keening Banshee's 0 cost. So essentially, you've got a loop where Vivian can enter the realm and then bounce herself, and because she's in your hand and she says she has the printed abilities of all avatars and spellcasters in the realm wherever she is. This includes your hand. This also includes your cemetery. So you have infinite free casts of a minion. Why is that good? You're just bouncing her back and forth to hand for free over and over and over again. On its own, it's not, but what it does do is if you have a third spellcaster that gives you some benefit, you go infinite and win the game that way. So let's say you have an apprentice wizard that's anywhere on the realm, doesn't even have to be on Standing Stones. Then you can cast Vivian for free, enter the realm, draw a card because she sees spellcaster, draw a spell from apprentice wizard, and then trigger on the stack, she decides to bounce herself back to hand with Fey Changeling's ability. So now you have infinite draw, and then you win the game somehow, right? Maybe Jin combo. The other option is the Avaline Dryads, which has a static ability of they provide 1 mana. So if they are on Standing Stones, then she enters the realm, bounces herself back, but makes 1 mana. So now you've got infinite mana, infinite card draw, and then you just need something else to win. If you happen to be next to if you happen to have like a battle mage opponent and they're next to your Standing Stones, you can do like a Violimp thing and then just hit them for 2 infinitely and win that way. Excuse me. But essentially you go infinite, and all you really need, and I know it's hard, but all you really need is Vivian the Enchantress, Keening Banshee, because you need her to be free, and then you need the Fey Changeling so she can bounce herself, and Standing Stones. So All right, not the easiest combo to pull off. The other interesting one that you can do, and there are other variations you can do with this, right? Anything with a static ability or an enters the battlefield ability, you can go infinite with Vivian as long as you have these 3 cards. The other option, though, is you can cast her from your graveyard infinitely. Excuse me. And so essentially this one kind of works similarly. You need Fey Changeling, you need Moon Clan Werewolf, and you need Vivian, and you need Keening Banshee. It's a little bit more complicated. But essentially, you've got Vivian on the battlefield with Fey Changeling and Keening Banshee on Standing Stones. You then cast Moon Clan Werewolf for free by sacking Vivian. She goes to your graveyard. Then Moon Clan Werewolf goes to the Standing Stones. Vivian will then, or it can go anywhere, I guess, but then Vivian will cast for free with Keening Banshee because she saw herself die. She'll return back to the battlefield. She'll see Fey Changeling. You can bounce Moon Clan Werewolf back to your hand. And then you repeat, right? Moon Clan for free, Vivian to the graveyard, Vivian back, bounces Moon Clan. And now you've got infinite death triggers. Not that that matters now, but if an aristocrat strategy does appear eventually, then that's an infinite aristocrats trigger as well. Hey, Future CJ here. I mentioned the From the Cemetery combo and forgot to mention Recurring Spectre. I said that you could cast Vivian for free from your cemetery using Keening Banshee's ability, and while that is true, the reason you can do it is because you have Recurring Spectre, which says you may be cast from the cemetery. So this combo needs one more card on Standing Stones, and that is Recurring Spectre, allowing you to cast her from the cemetery, then using Keening Banshee's ability to make it free, and then bouncing the Moon Clan Werewolves back to hand with the Fey Changeling ability. So, one more card. Is this combo great? No. Is this combo good? Not really. Honestly, you need a unique, you need one of your elite sites, you need a Fey Changeling, which is probably you're going to find is exceptional, and you need a Keening Banshee, which is ordinary, so you can tutor that one. So it's not amazing, and people are going to be like, well, your Death Speaker deck that wants to do this combo isn't even going to be running that much Earth. You're right. The problem is you do need the pips, even if you're casting her for free with Keening Banshee. They did clarify this before. Since you're casting it, you still need to meet the requirements. This reduces the mana cost to 0. It does not reduce the threshold cost. So now you have to have a Death Speaker janky like combo deck that does use heavy Earth. But as I said before, Blake and I did a Bourbon and Brewed deck where we decided to give each other difficult cards to build decks around and make interesting decks. And I gave Blake Miracle Workers, and he did a great job. He ended up almost going infinite. He still had to generate mana, but he was able to basically cast infinite Cauldron Crones, Miracle Workers, and like Apprentice Wizards to draw cards. And he went through his entire deck in one of our games. And I'll be posting that video a little bit later. But the point is, that kind of janky deck still works. And if you slot Vivian Enchantress in there, all of a sudden you have infinite, and it's slightly better. Is it good? No. But is it fun? Absolutely. I'm just so excited for this. I gotta say, if you take a look at the Brewers chat over on the Sorcery Discord, it's not like I came up with this combo alone. Like I said, it started off with John, aka Camera Obscura. He put me onto the line with Vivian and Standing Stones and basic minions, and then I think Tux tried to make one that was infinite and was off just a little bit. Metroid Pikmin was in there. Kyle Scourge Altars was in there. There were like a bunch of us trying to brew, but we did crack it. We made it. We've got an infinite combo in Sorcery, and honestly, Vivian the Enchantress is just cracked. Yes, this is a janky combo. It's not going to work that well all the time. But she's really good, right? Having a second Pathfinder means that you're going to be playing 2 lands per turn, and you're going to be still drawing so many cards. Having a second Death Speaker means 2 minions from the graveyard every turn if you want. Having a second Avatar of Earth, and Vivian's all of a sudden not a 1/1. She's a big, beefy Avatar of Earth. I think she's going to be good. Oh, man, Double Templar. So you have 2 Philosopher Stones as your avatar. Yeah, Vivian's just cracked. Yes, she's got 1 power. Yes, that's a bit of a problem, but she is cracked. I think if you guys don't have copies of Vivian, you should pick her up. Honestly, since we started talking about this in the Brewers chat, no joke, Vivian has doubled in price in the last 24 hours. So I think people are getting onto this, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are going to make a deck around this. Let me know if you guys like this sort of content. Like I said, I'm normally a gameplay video kind of creator. I'm going to be putting up some more of those right now. I'm basically waiting for the Arthurian Legends Tabletop Simulator mod to go live. Yes, we have something that works in the meantime, but I want to be official. And like I said, I will be posting something from the Alpha Beta meta as well with Blake from the Experience Share. my file got corrupted, so it was a little bit delayed. But like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know if you guys like this kind of content. Thanks.